Hey everyone, I'm Ishan Sharma, and in this video, I got the chance to talk to Saloni Srivastava about her own journey of how she went from a marketing job to pursuing YouTube and then quitting her job to focus on her YouTube, and then how she built her own businesses, that is Hustle Post Academy as well as upluen. I had a lot of fun talking with her. We talked about the creator economy, we talked about starting your own business, and we also talked about what were the hardships she faced. The timestamps are in the description. You can move around if you want to. Make sure that you hit the like button, and here is the video. Hey Saloni, thank you so much for joining me here for this video, and how are you doing there?
Hi, Ishan. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be on your channel. I've seen all the kind of interviews you've done here. Just really happy to be in the league of people who you've interviewed already.
Thank you so much. I just got to know about you from Heli. She was talking about how your courses has helped her. So I was just like, let me see what sort of content she makes. And that's why I got to learn about you and what you are doing with HPA. So yeah, I mean, tell me about your content creation journey. How did it get started? When did you decide to start with your YouTube channel? You were already working in a marketing job in Bangalore. So how did that start?
Right. So I was always a creative person. Like ever since I was in school, I was always like involved in school annual functions, coming up with like skits and all of that, dancing, all of that. Everything creative was always my thing. But then since I was also good at mathematics and science, my parents were like, if you know that, obviously the obvious choice is you go for the mathematics option. So then I took that. I studied economics, mathematics. I did all of that. And then, while I was enjoying it, I liked it, and it was a fun sort of a journey. A couple of years into my career, by that time I had graduated from Young India Fellowship and all of that. And then, I was working at a marketing job, and marketing job was when I realized that this is amazing. Marketing is such a cool field because you get to apply like all of your data and mathematics and all of those skills here, but also at the same time, it's really creative. You still get to use your right brain a lot. So, that's when I realized that this is going to be like the right thing for me. While I was in my marketing job, I also had an opportunity to reach out to a few influencers and, sort of discuss campaigns with them. And then that's when I was introduced to the world of influencer marketing. And I used to anyway watch a lot of YouTube videos. I was always on YouTube all the time. So that I realized that, this looks like a big space, influencer marketing. And back then, which is like, I'm talking about 2016, people were not doing it. There were very few like YouTubers as such in India, like mainstream YouTubers. So it's like, okay, I think this is a good time to get started. So I just randomly, right, as a side hustle, outside of my full-time job, I just started a YouTube channel. I had a phone. I handed it over to my husband, and I was like, hey, can you shoot this for me, please? Can you just like make one quick video? So I was cooking the whole day. It was a weekend. So I was like, okay, let's just make a food video. I didn't have like an idea of what my channel was going to be or whatever. Just I was like, okay, I like food. So let's make a food video. So I made a food video. I uploaded it on my channel. Within like 2 weeks, it got 1,000 views, which was crazy. I was like, this is madness. 1,000 views is a lot. So, that's when I was like, okay, this is exciting. I'm going to do it. So consistently every week I used to upload 2 videos. The quality was absolutely bad, but whatever. Like I was enjoying the process. I was having fun with it. 8 months into the journey, I was still doing my YouTube channel alongside my full-time job, which was very, very hectic, right? Mm-hmm. Because like my job was also kind of like 9 to 9, and then Bangalore traffic on top of that, everything. So it started like that. But then 8 months into it, I realized that this is going somewhere because I started getting brand deals. I started getting a community had built up. I had 10,000 odd followers, subscribers. So I was like, I think this makes sense. I think I should just quit my job now and see if this goes anywhere. I gave myself a 6-month deadline. If in 6 months I am able to replace my corporate salary, I'm going to continue with this. I gave myself that challenge, and then I just started, and that's how the journey began. And yeah, I'm so happy that I quit my job. It's been the best decision of my life ever.
Is that the freedom that you get that made you to like quit the job, or like was it that you were not exactly happy in what you were working at? What exactly was that trigger that led you to quitting the job?
Yeah, no, actually, unlike most people, I actually loved my job. My job was a lot of fun. It was marketing. So I got to apply my data and mathematics skills and a lot of my creative, ability. So I was able to sort of bring everything together, and my job gave me a lot. It was in the edtech space, which I'm really passionate about. I'm still in the edtech space. So everything was right with the job. My boss was great. The company was great. Their mission was great. The work hours weren't crazy. Everything was great. So I really did not have like a reason to start start a YouTube channel, the trigger was, when I did the whole influencer marketing outreach, and I had spoken to all the OG YouTubers back then, the likes of Mostly Sane and all of them. So I'd spoken to them, and I was just introduced to that world, and I was fascinated. I was just like, this is crazy. Like, they're just getting to come on camera, talk about things that they care about. Even if this isn't a career, it can be a hobby for me. So it started off as a hobby trigger for me, but then from there, the fact that I started seeing a lot of like revenue streams and community and money and all of that coming, is when I realized that I think it's time for me to sort of convert that. So yeah, freedom is great to have. And the lifestyle that it brings, the ability to do whatever, and just the idea of being your own boss. Because for a very long time, people used to tell me, hey, you're not entrepreneur material. You're a very like employee material. You're a very good employee, very diligent. You finish things on time, but you're not entrepreneur material. So this was like an opportunity for me to also sort of show that, I am entrepreneur material. I can run my own thing as well. And yeah.
What do you think would be the difference between both of them, like the employee material and the entrepreneur material?
I have no idea why people had this opinion of me, but I think it was mostly, I came across, I think, to most people as a non-risk taker. People would see me as a very like conventional, traditional path. I studied economics, mathematics, Young India Fellowship, and then went into marketing. And while I was a really good employee, I always was a good employee. I got like, I was appreciated, I was promoted, I was given all of that. And I used to do my work very well. But I think it was just that, people did not see a lot of risk-taking abilities in me. But then, today, I feel like this is such a wrong thing to say, just the idea that you're not entrepreneur material, because you don't need some fancy risk-taking abilities or some crazy capital investment anymore, right? Anybody can become an entrepreneur. Like, start a YouTube channel with zero investment, you're an entrepreneur. Get 2 clients, start your freelancing journey, you're an entrepreneur. So it's just I think it was just the traditional mindset of people that entrepreneurs are supposed to be like a specific kind of people. But I think today anyone can be one.
Right. I think that the initiative part is really important. The people who are entrepreneurial in nature, they take the initiative. Like right now I'm recording a video, I'll record more videos. So that initiative I think is important. What else did you learn in your content creation journey? I think that people who are content creators are the most like generalist type people. They can do a lot of different tasks like video editing and all that. So what was that like for you?
I think my biggest, learning from this journey has been that they give me a challenge, I'll figure out a solution to it. Because as a content creator, I did not know how to shoot a video. I did not know how to edit. I did not know what thumbnails are. I had no idea about YouTube SEO. I did not know anything, right? But it was just one step after the other. So one problem was posed in front of me that, hey, so you have to shoot a video. I was like, okay, I have a phone, I'll start with that. From there, I realized that, okay, I have to edit. So that was the first time I'd opened an editor. Even after the video was shot, is like when I had the final file, I was like, okay, I have to edit this also, right? Like that was an afterthought. And then I was like, okay, what is an editor? So I Googled, and then I found Windows Movie Maker because I had a basic laptop. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to use Windows Movie Maker to edit. So I edited using that. I made like a quick video. So then I realized that it's not rocket science. Like, you can get started with it. And then with each video, I kept getting better. I learned how to make thumbnails. I looked at other thumbnails. So it's really my biggest learning from this journey has been that, if you're really motivated today, you can actually learn whatever problem comes in front of you. It's very easy to go out and learn. I think that's one. And also just the fact that, just being like, there's this whole specialist generalist debate, right? People always push you to be a specialist. Oh, you should be like this person specializing in a smaller niche, and then also a smaller niche in that. So everyone's really pushing you to go in that direction. But I think the world needs more generalists. And I think video creators are massively generalist people. You give me like a problem, I'll solve it. Like I won't do it like as amazingly as probably a Bollywood DOP, but I can make a video, and I can give you a video that works.
The I will figure it out mentality is what is really important.
Just I think everything's figure outable.
Right. I was actually watching what Tanmay Bhatt recently wrote on LinkedIn. I think today itself he wrote that, and he was saying that right now, like, billionaire investors are also coming onto YouTube as content creators. We have Gary Tan and a bunch of other people. They are coming in not because of the money, but they're more into the satisfaction that they get by helping other people out. What do you think about this? Like, the way YouTube has graduated from a place at which it was a place for prank videos back in 2010 to now a place where people are actually coming to learn something new. What do you think about this?
I think this evolution has been so fascinating and it's so exciting. And what a great time to live in today, just this whole idea that, all of these billionaire entrepreneurs. And of course, even in India, we are seeing, like, for example, Ankur Warikoo deciding to have a YouTube channel is massive. Like, it's massive that somebody somebody who's like a traditional CEO was running a big company decided to come and make a YouTube channel and like kill it at that as well. So I think that makes me really happy. So I think YouTube is no longer a place for just, you know, fun videos or anything. And I think what a lot of people are not realizing right now is that community is going to be your USP in the future. You know, like you can always have a killer product, you can always have prices, and you can compete on all of these factors. But anybody who has a community, I think they will command a level of USP that nobody else can. So like I think YouTube is really an opportunity for you to build that community from scratch. And I think that is why most people are also finding YouTube as a very fascinating place to come and, you know, start building their communities.
Community is huge. I think that I was watching this video in which the CEO of this application called as Duolingo, it was talking about how Duolingo, they grew their user base to 170 million users just based on the fact that they had a strong community and people wanted to learn something. So that is definitely huge. How was that change from content creation to starting your own business, like the typical business, not the YouTube business that is already there? But how was that journey like? How did you decide, okay, this is what I want to do, this is what the product that I want to create for the audience that I have?
Right. So I think for me, it started like first year of YouTubing itself. You know, the year I quit my job, that was 8 months into it, and that year itself, I realized that I think there are so many problems that my users are coming to me. Like my audience would, because you know, when you are a YouTuber, you essentially become like a didi or a bhaiya for them, and they'll come to you with all their problems. They'll be like, "Hey, I'm not able to figure this out. Can you give me a tip?" Especially if you run a very education or edutainment heavy channel, a lot of people come to you with like problems and issues. And they used to come to me with like a lot of challenges. And one of the most common issues that most people came to me with back in the day was, "Hey, Saloni, and you have this YouTube channel, how are you managing your time? How are you planning your life? How are you doing that?" So I was like, okay, so looks like, and I think at least 100 people came. So that was a pattern. And, you know, the statistician in me was like, okay, so I'm recognizing patterns. I need to do something about this. So I was like, okay, so what can I create here that can solve this problem? So I made a quick planner. It was sort of like a journal, you know, diary, which had like a lot of, you know, planning resources for people. So for example, if you're looking to like plan your to-do list, if you're looking to plan your habits, track your water intake, track whatever. So anything that you will have an app for, a lot of people I realized were very pen and paper people. So it's like, okay, can we have a really interesting pen and paper product for people who are more excited about, you know, using a pen and paper and really journaling their thoughts out and planning their day. So I decided to create that product, and there weren't many in the market. So I was very excited about launching it. 4,000 odd copies printed, and I was like, okay, it'll last me like 3 months, maybe. You know, it'll last me that long. I'll see how it goes. I had no expectations whatsoever. So I launched it. I made a video. I made it live. 2 hours it was sold out, and I was like, this is mad. So that was my big realization of the idea that community is massive. If you build a community that trusts you, that believes in you, and you create a product that solves that community's problem, massive. So that was my big realization. And of course, I grew my planner business. I had like a couple of you know, physical products as well. A lot of journals and all of that. But over time, what I realized was that you know, like physical products, while they were very exciting for me, I was very excited about, like, a lot of people again started coming to me and asking me around the pandemic is when they came and they were like, hey, so I've lost my job, or I have a pay cut, you know, you've been able to navigate this online world, can you give us some tips? Whatever you've learned in the last couple of years, can you teach us that? So that's when I decided, you know, let me package everything I know into an academy, build a course around it, a cohort based course, and then I launched it. And it's been massive since then. Like HPA has seen, it's been growing like at a crazy rate month on month. And now I'm just like really excited about where this journey is going to take. So yeah, it was really, the whole journey was really just about, you know, pattern recognition, identifying the problems that the community was facing, and just staying true to the community and giving them something that solves their issues.
I feel that content creators have this benefit of just like having shorter and smaller feedback loops. I just like try something and see how it actually works. So I think that's really good. What are the challenges that you faced when you first started with Upluen as well as HPA?
I think the biggest challenge that I faced was, again, you know, just no background of how to do things. It was mostly, and unlike you, I'm not sure if your background is computer science, but I don't have a computer science background. So for me, a lot of issues were also around, I don't know how to code. I have these ideas. I don't know how to build platforms and all of that. But then that's when I was introduced to the world of no code, right? There's like literally everything that's available in no code format today that you would want to implement. So, when I wanted to build upluen to help other, influencers launch their products, physical products, and I would take care. So the reason why upluen was launched was because I had set up my whole e-commerce value chain, right? Because I had launched my product, so I had like a courier partner, packaging partner, delivery. I had set up the whole value chain, and I realized that creators are creative people. Like they would not want to sit and pack orders and like put address labels on it and then courier it out. So it's like, can I take that away from them, because I already have a team that's doing it for me? So that was a basic idea, and then I launched upluen from there. And I think the big issue that I had was, okay, I want to have an e-commerce platform. How do I execute this? So that's when Shopify came into the picture and I was able to do it. And then while launching Hustle Post Academy, the big problem, how can I build a course platform? So then I found Teachable, Thinkific, all of these platforms. So really the big challenge for me was the big experience, and the biggest challenge was not being able to first, not having a lot of domain expertise. But then I think the benefit was this whole I'll figure it out attitude. And because I was able to figure it out, there were solutions like galore in the market. Like you can go and you can find a solution for anything. So I was able to do that. And then since then, it's really just been about, really just been about improving like every day, like trying to see, okay, what is lacking now? What can I do? What can I improve? What can I do next for my community? The second big challenge I think I faced was, I think investments. When you're starting out any kind of a business, especially when I was in a physical product business, there's a massive investment that I had to put in to have the inventory ready and the physical products ready. And while I kind of had money because I was working for 5 years before that, so I had some savings and all of that lined up. But it was really about just putting all of my savings into like a planner, which I had no idea if anybody was going to buy. So I think just that capital understanding of that risk-taking ability, I feel like is where it played out. And I realized that I think I do have risk-taking ability. I don't know why people thought I did. But when I was launching my digital products, even the capital wasn't an issue anymore, because it was really just about like a couple of platforms, and then you're able to build a pretty decent business out of it. So that's when I realized that I think this is going to be like, digital products are the future for me, especially to go with at a very low capital, very high operating profit margins. So that's what I'm enjoying now.
Mm-hmm. What would be your advice to people who are just starting with like a alternate career / side hustle? Sometimes people get too overly excited about, oh, I have a YouTube channel, I'll quit everything, I'll focus on this. Or sometimes they just like views nahi aa rahe, and so it's just like, what will I do now? I need to get back. What would you advise them?
Yeah, I think a couple of different pieces of advice for different types of people. The first type of people I've seen are people who really want everything to be perfect before they even begin. They're like, oh no, I have to have the right camera before I begin. I have to have the right mic before I begin. To them, my advice is just start, no matter, even if you have the perfect camera, the perfect mic, you are going to not like your first video. Your first video is going to be crap. It's going to be bad for everybody. And, usually what I recommend people is, find your favorite YouTuber, scroll down, watch their first video. You will get a sense of where they began as well. So really, it's about just starting, just take the first step. So this is advice for the first type of people. Second type of people who are really excited about, who were very excited about starting a YouTube channel. They're like, I'm going to drop out of college, or I'm going to like, quit my job. I think to them, my big advice is, hold on to it. It's great that you've picked out a side hustle. But I think, content creation as a journey is very slow. And I think while there is no barrier to entry here, the barrier to entry is the level of patience you can have. Not so many people have a YouTube channel today, because not everyone has the patience to make 100 videos without seeing a single rupee come in, without seeing any kind of returns, like very significant returns come in. So that's the barrier to entry. So don't quit. Don't go out and like quit immediately. This is going to be a slow process. This is going to require patience. So have at least a basic emergency fund in place, something that can fund you. Because if you're creating videos from a place of scarcity, from a place of, worry that, oh, I don't know how I'm going to make my rent next month, then that's not going to bring out the best work from you. So focus on, having your basics sorted, have your rent, have your basic like food, all of that taken care of. And then you'll bring your creative best to the platform. So keep that in mind. And I think to the third type of people I do see a lot is, there are people who are just very who are thinking too much to start. Like, is it too late for me to start? Is it? log kya kahenge? There's already so much competition. There are like thousands of YouTubers today. To them, my question is, just because there's competition, are you not going to do it? Do people not appear for IIT, JEE, UPSC exams? People do appear, right? And compared to the level of competition you have there, the level of competition you have in content creation is minuscule. It's tiny. And, it's really about you. The way you say something is going to always be different from how I say it or how Ishan says it. So really just bring your own authentic self to the platform. It's never too late. Of course, the best time to start a YouTube channel was yesterday. The next best time is today. Just take action.
Makes a lot of sense. When you were saying about just don't think too much about quality, the first 40 videos on my channel are made by a webcam of 2 megapixels.
See, I had a basic phone and my videos had no light because I was also working a 9 to 9 job, right? So the only time I had was night time. So it was tube light with shadows everywhere, and that's how the video was shot. So it's fine. And my voice was echoing because I didn't have a mic. So it's fine. You just start with whatever you have. You always figure it out on your journey.
Totally agree with you, Saloni. Thank you so much for joining me here for this session. I hope the audience was able to learn and pick up something from this. And I'd love to talk to you again.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ishan, for having me. This was amazing. Thank you for doing everything that you're doing with your channel. You're spreading so much awareness in the community, especially for young people who follow you. I understand that you are a college student, so you must have a very large college student audience. And to them, you're introducing them to new ideas. You're giving them, opportunities to explore. I think you're doing a great job. Thank you so much for having me.
That's it from me. I hope you got to learn something from this video. I hope this was insightful. If you're still watching, just comment by saying I watched till the very end. And you can follow her on her Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram. And that's it. Hit the like button, share this video with your friends. I'll see you again.